Hey friends, I'm Jill Van Dusen of Get Real with Jill Show, and I am so blessed today to have my son, Kyle Van Dusen, on the show.
Yeah,
Thank you,
happy to
Kyle.
be here.
The reason why, though, that Kyle is here today is Kyle is going to talk about his journey with being diagnosed with juvenile diabetes at the age of 13. That's a big deal. So, just though I want to step back real quick and kind of give you guys some stats. Did you know that 244,000 kids and teens in the U.S. that are adolescents live with type 1 diabetes? And that each year, this is record-breaking, 18,000 more are diagnosed.
Wow.
And unlike type 2, type 1 isn't preventable. It's an autoimmune disease that changes lives overnight.
Yeah.
So with Kyle, we are going to talk about when he was diagnosed with type 1, his challenges, some of the fun things that he used his type 1 diabetes for, like just taking any kind of food into the movies. So we're going to make this fun too. And really like his faith in God and getting him through some trials, because this all happened during divorce time too. So Kyle, let's just go ahead and let's just dive right into it. And again, thank you for coming on and sharing this with the public. Let's go back to when you were 13 years old, what you remember about what led us to even going to the doctors and that reaction when we ended up getting the results.
I remember it starting with a really like lethargy and having no motivation to do anything whatsoever. Like, yeah, a lot of sleep, even, which I was passionate about soccer, but even not being interested in soccer. But I remember you and Dad being like, no, you made a commitment, you gotta do these things, which yeah, I did. But we didn't find out till later that I had mono at that time.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And then like after I feel like I got over the lethargy a little bit, then the symptoms of diabetes crept up, which were like thirsty all the time, tired all the time, having to go to the bathroom all the time. And it was, I just was not feeling right. But at the same time too, I was like, I don't remember if there were restrictions here, but at Dad's house, I was drinking like a 6-pack of Dr. Pepper every day.
Oh.
Which was like just spiking my blood sugar without me knowing it. So then I would feel awful, but I'd also be like more thirsty, so I'd drink more Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
But then I remember going to the doctor, and even they didn't take my blood sugar for some reason initially, which I feel like they would have just been like, oh yeah, your blood sugar's high, you're diabetic.
Yeah.
But they were doing all kinds of tests, and they were like, okay, we gotta see if you have cancer and stuff like that. So honestly, by the time we got the diagnosis, I was like, I don't have cancer. It's just diabetes, which was, I don't know, I felt blessed by that.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, that was a very shocking day. Do you remember where we were going that day before the doctor called while we were in the car?
I don't.
So it was our pizza night.
Oh.
Yeah, we would do weekly pizza at night.
Cool River.
Yes.
No free sponsors.
Yeah, I gotta pay for that.
Yeah, I'll bleep that out.
So we were on our way, and at 5 o'clock, we literally get a call from your doctor's office. And who gets that call? And they were testing for, because you had these crazy symptoms, and the lymph nodes, because you had swollen lymph nodes. So long story short, we get there, and they took your blood sugar, and you were diagnosed with juvenile diabetes.
Yeah, and Doug Talks was the one who like initially was like, these sound like symptoms for diabetes. Do you have diabetes? And I was like, no.
Oh, I did not know that.
But also, there's all these conceptions about diabetes. Like you have, like when you hear someone has diabetes, you have like an image of someone in your head of what that looks like, for sure. And I was like, I don't have diabetes.
Right.
Yeah.
So, okay, can you share what that image is? Or is it just somebody that's older and just out of shape?
Yeah, someone who just kind of stopped, like, caring about health.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do want to talk about that because I think there's misconceptions about type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Do you want to explain that, what the differences are?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is type 1 diabetes doesn't go away. And then type 2 diabetes is not only preventable, but once you're diagnosed with it, if you take the right actions, that it can go away.
Right. And I've been to different places where they've talked about or even heard online about diabetes, and they're specifically talking about type 2 diabetes, but they don't say that they're specifically talking about type 2. So it gets really frustrating because I'm like, well, no, that's not my son. My son's pancreas does not create insulin.
Yeah.
So that's why he has type 1.
Yeah.
So Kyle, tell me then, when you were diagnosed, did you know right away you would have to inject yourself with insulin?
No, not right away.
Okay.
No. I kind of just remember thinking, oh, I'm glad that I guess I felt validated that there was something actually wrong with me because I felt so terrible and I wasn't just being a wuss.
Yeah.
So I think I was just kind of happy that there was a diagnosis and that there was a way to move forward. I wasn't really thinking about how we were going to move forward.
Okay, because that just kind of evolved with taking blood sugar all the time.
Yeah.
And so, that's interesting. And then let's go to, because you were 13 years old. How did it impact? And I think it's important too, because I feel like you really felt your body was going through something. You just didn't really know what that was. And then mom and dad here are like, you gotta get to sports, you gotta go to school and everything. Yeah. And we knew you weren't doing crazy stuff at school. So it was like going through those right steps and seeing about your health. What was it like though, once you were diagnosed with playing soccer?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was getting out of sprints. Oh, coach, my blood sugar's low.
Yeah.
But it really, I think being active helped a lot with it because I wasn't like, I really didn't notice like any sort of like it didn't inhibit me at all. Or I think I just was like, okay, like this is part of life now. And I think my blood sugar would get low occasionally or something like that, but I remember dad bringing me Sunny D once to practice.
Okay. Yeah, that's so how did you take your food intake? Because it literally, it was interesting because the first year it was more gradual and they always said that. Yeah. Can you explain that? Yeah,
I mean, you would make me giant bowls of penne pasta, and carbs are what you're supposed to avoid. They turn into blood sugars when they turn into sugar. Carbs turn into sugar when they're digested, so that's what raises blood sugar. And you would make me giant bowls of penne pasta before practice, and I would be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I guess maybe your pancreas was still
producing
maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
And then they said it's about a year you kind of transition. Then after that year, there was no penne pasta anymore. Yeah. There's no breads. There's no Snicker bars unless you were at the Mazzonis and you were sneaking them. Yeah. And she would call me and go, I think Kyle's eating the Snicker bars. I'm like, no, he's not.
Yeah. Or working at Cold Stone.
Stone. Yes. And you had episodes there too, working at Cold Stone. Because that's scary when blood sugar goes down. But let's talk about the food. How do you, as a teenager, go from drinking Dr. Pepper, eating ice cream, eating penne pasta? That's a big deal, Kyle. How did you do, what made you obviously as parents, we helped change all that. Yeah. But you having to make those changes.
I think it was gradual for sure. I would still go to CVS after school and grab candy and stuff like that. But I think it ultimately, kind of getting out of high school and into college even is when the most changes happened, where I stopped eating carbs mostly. And because I was just I learned that it was just way easier to regulate my blood sugars if I wasn't putting that stuff in my system, even though I could and take insulin and take more insulin and more insulin if I needed to, but it was just easier to have a certain more strict diet.
Okay. Because I think it's really important, and we are going to share some resources, because people that, even with type 2 diabetes, I mean, we've got to really eliminate a lot of those carbs that turn into sugars. I mean, donuts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think back of the stuff that we used to feed you. And remember French toast sticks?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I was never, I never wanted you to have cereal like that.
Yeah.
But yes, and now at the age of 31, I mean, you obviously take very good care of yourself. What are the challenges now that you face at 31 with this type 1?
Just continuing to monitor my blood sugar. I have had like some bad incidents where my blood sugar's gotten so low that I have had to go to the hospital. It's weird that, like, because my body is changing, you know, I'm getting older, and it's like I react different. Like I take 2 different types of insulin, and one of them I have to play with that it's like a long it produces insulin throughout my body throughout the day, throughout 24 hours. But I keep having to mess with the numbers to like get it right. Yeah. And like, it's just like what, and like my insulin sensitivity changes as well, getting older. So I have to adjust those ratios, you know, but it's just consistent though. And it's not like I eat bad either. I still eat really good food. And I cook for Alyssa all the time, and she enjoys what I'm making.
So since you've been married, or since you met Alyssa, has she changed any of her habits because of you having type 1 diabetes?
Yeah, but I think she just feels bad, like, eating stuff.
Okay. She's so good. We love her. But it is interesting, because I will say since we learned so much when you had type 1, that we really don't have that stuff in our house. It's more of treats for other people if they want it. Yeah. And you will treat yourself once in a while to things too. And you will probably, even with type 1, you will probably be the most healthiest 40-year-old, because you know your body inside and out. Yeah. Really.
And I always say too, it's like, it is a blessing. It wound up being a blessing because of the way I was eating and the habits that I had when I was younger. I'd probably be obese if I didn't have diabetes. That makes me restricted.
That's a really good point, especially with the way today's foods are too.
Yeah,
everything's created in a manufacturer.
Yeah.
Okay, so share something with how you use diabetes to your benefit when you would go to the movies or school.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, I don't mind. Do whatever you want to do, honey.
Yeah. Well, I still do. Like,
okay.
Yeah. Because when we go to the movies and we bring in our own stuff, it's like, you gotta hide it. Because if you just say you have diabetes, I don't even know if that's really a rule. But if you just say, I'd be like, I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I just take my food on in.
Right, you got your in and out.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But without the bun.
Yeah.
Yes, without the bun. And then in school, what would you do with school? Like didn't you say, I have to, or that you went off campus?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, we were sneaking to McDonald's during one of the classes. Okay. And someone called us from class being like, hey, they're looking for you. They know you're off campus. And so we got that call, and we walked around and ended up going to the office with the guy looking in the parking lot waiting for us to pull up. And I was like, I had to just walk to my car and grab my diabetes stuff. I had some diabetes problems.
What are they going to do?
Yeah. And he's like, okay.
Right. So I was okay with that. I thought, you have this lifelong thing. Okay.
Yeah.
What would your advice be to parents when their kids are diagnosed with something like this?
I think, gosh, I don't know. I think you and Dad did a really good job. You guys, especially you, were pushing to get all the education possible. We went and saw a nutritionist and everything, and just tried to wrap our heads around. I think just understanding what you can and can't do, and then it's up to you, the person who has something, to be responsible for what happens ultimately, but like parents can set them up right with just education, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
And then does it make you nervous though that if you were to get any ailments or anything like that, having type 1 and like for the anything for the future, do you feel very comfortable with how your lifestyle, that you're not afraid of any future ailments?
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Okay.
I think having this has been like, I whatever like happens, I'm gonna handle it. If there were complications, then I would adjust. But I don't see that being a problem in the future. You just gotta handle it.
Yeah.
I always, when I meet, because I actually work with a couple of diabetics as well. And this joke never lands, but I always say it. Like when I meet another diabetic, it's like, oh, we'll diabeat this. But it never lands with diabetics for some reason.
I always thought you were so funny. It never lands
Yeah.
Do you have a hat?
I should, yeah.
Talk to us too about, because I know there's such great technology about the pump. Because you went from using the pump for years to
taking shots.
You went back to just taking shots now, which is, so tell us about that. And that's an individual preference, obviously.
It is, yeah. Like there's a guy at work who got the pump, and they have them now where they're pretty much automated, where they read your blood sugar, they can predict where your blood sugar is going to be, and it'll just automatically give you insulin. So it's like an artificial pancreas essentially. But I hate having something on me all the time, and especially at work, because it's laborious sometimes, and I'll sweat and it'll sweat off. So it doesn't really work for me. Okay. So taking shots is just easier, and I feel like I have it down where I don't have problems.
Okay.
So,
and what does Alyssa know, like if she ever sees anything, because you get loopy and drunk. I mean, I know when your blood sugar's low because you were like you're drunk.
Yeah.
So does she know that?
She totally does, yeah. She's helped me out a lot before. Yeah, anytime, like as recently as a couple weeks ago, my blood sugar got a little low in bed, and she went and grabbed me stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, meals at juice and stuff.
Yeah, it's always important to have all that stuff on hand. Yeah. Okay, if you can change the medical, our medical, what do I want to call it? Our medical,
just like the
whole medical industry.
Yeah.
What would you do differently with what you've experienced having type 1 diabetes?
Nothing's ever easy, even now. I have great insurance now. Like when you were still paying for my insurance, it was like $500 a month plus like $1,000 a month for the actual insulin. Now I pay like $40 a month for all the insulin and everything, which is awesome. But it's still never easy. Right. You have to, like I just got dropped from my endocrinologist because I switched primary care. So now I have to go back to the primary care to get a referral. Nothing's easy about it. Everything requires money. They just want money. Always. And
I'm hoping people heard that. He has, because they changed, you changed primary care physicians or endocrinologists.
Yeah, I changed the primary care, so the endocrinologist dropped me. So
okay.
I have to get another referral back to
right. So you have to go to the primary care person, go, I have diabetes type 1, and so it makes no sense to me.
Yeah.
You should be able to look on your medical stuff and go, this is the endocrinologist. You should not have to have a primary care physician say, yes, you still have type 1 diabetes.
Yeah.
So that is such a waste of time and money.
Yeah, and I've had times where I'm out of insulin and I don't have any refills left to get a prescription, and they won't give me one until I come into the office. So I've had to wait like a day or two without insulin.
Okay, don't tell your mama that. Okay. Wow, okay. So, because then you'll end up at the hospital or an emergency.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so you guys, and I know we're kind of running out of time here, but I do want to keep this conversation going for just a little bit. So how, with this, because you were so young, you were 13, your mom and dad get divorced, you're going from house to house, you get diagnosed with type 1. Where did God fall into this, and where is he now in your journey?
Yeah, I think I've never, this kind of like is a general statement, not necessarily specific to having diabetes, but just in problems in general. I've never had anxiety. I've never worried. I've just like always trusted that there's a perfect God in control. It could get, thank God I'm not in control, but just knowing that there's something out there that it doesn't make mistakes, that, I mean, allows bad things to happen, but doesn't make mistakes. You know that you're okay, that everything's gonna be okay. So I think not ever having to worry or have anxiety, because things have been really bad before, but that's been key for me. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. I mean, to have that like, because you just have such a big heart and you're such a blessing to so many people who you meet. You're like a magnet. And you don't even realize that, but I think it's what you're saying, because you internally know and love God, that shows. And that when you do face these crazy trials in life, because you've had a lot of them, the attitude that you have, even the attitude of getting diagnosed, but and then look at how God, God does bless. He always does.
For sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm so blessed. Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that we're not going to have trials, because we can tomorrow, but it's having that faith in God.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. Thank you. That just warmed me big time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thanks for raising me right.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna have you on the Mother's Day show.
I'm busy.
Okay, if there's any advice that you can give families, because there are kids out there that are being diagnosed as we speak, or parents that are now facing this with their kids, any advice that you can give them?
Sure, just care enough to be healthy and invest in your health.
Yeah, because life isn't over.
Right,
The technology.
Yeah.
And you even said it, you knew then when you were diagnosed, you thank God it wasn't cancer.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, well, this is, I'm not gonna die.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
stuff to it. And it's just eating healthy. And wow, that says it all for all of us, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, also we are going to have some resources for you: Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, American Diabetes Association, Beyond Type 1, and Children with Diabetes. Kyle, thank you. You kind of because as a mom, I'm always worried.
Yeah.
And I just so appreciate us having this conversation, and that you sharing with everybody, because you're all going through different journeys right now.
Right.
So what are you excited about in life next? Because now you're married, you have a house, you have a beautiful wife.
Yeah.
You're graduating. You're going to be after 5 years. You will be a full-fledged electrician.
Yeah.
So tell us, what are you looking forward to next?
The turning out as a journeyman is next in a couple months, and then I'll be at the top, and then I can stop trying hard. I'm just excited to keep advancing in my career, hopefully grow a family, and I've got into this trade to hopefully help as well, so just see areas that I could help.
Yeah, you're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, honey.
Love you.
And I keep looking at that ring. I love your ring.
Oh,
It's
thank you.
beautiful. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining Get Real with Jill. And I'm just so blessed to have my son Kyle in our conversation today and sharing a very, very personal story. And if you've missed any of the past episodes, please go over to my YouTube channel. You can subscribe, or Spotify podcast. We have some great previous shows, and then please direct message me if you'd like to subscribe to email of what's going on and when things are dropped. All right, you guys, have a great day. Be blessed, and remember, your smile can make a difference in somebody else's life, and I promise you, their smile back at you will make a difference in your life.